Sauti narrated, Janamejaya, son of Parikshit, along with his brothers Shrutasena, Ugrasena, and Bhimasena, conducted an extensive sacrificial ritual at Kurukshetra. During the ceremony, a puppy belonging to Sarama, the divine she-dog, approached the site. Janamejaya's brothers struck the puppy, causing it to flee to its mother in distress. Sarama inquired, "Why are you crying? Who struck you?" The puppy replied, "Janamejaya's brothers." Sarama responded, "You must have done something wrong to be struck." The puppy clarified, "I did nothing wrong. I neither touched nor looked at the sacrificial ghee." Distressed by her son's account, Sarama confronted Janamejaya and his brothers at the ritual site, declaring angrily, "My son committed no wrong, neither looking at nor touching your ghee. Why was he beaten?" Receiving no response, she pronounced, "Since you unjustly struck my innocent son, misfortune will befall you unexpectedly." Alarmed by this curse, Janamejaya, deeply troubled, completed the ritual and returned to Hastinapura, where he diligently sought a priest capable of absolving the sin and averting the curse. While hunting in a forest within his kingdom, Janamejaya visited the hermitage of the esteemed rishi Shrutashrava, whose son, Somasrava, was a highly accomplished priest engaged in deep meditation. Desiring to appoint Somashrava as his spiritual guide, Janamejaya respectfully addressed Shrutashrava, "O revered sage, endowed with the 6 great virtues, may your son serve as my priest." Shrutashrava replied, "My son, a master of the Vedas and imbued with the potency of my asceticism, was born of a Nagini who consumed my semen. He can absolve you of all sins except those against Lord Shiva. However, he has one unwavering trait. He grants any request made by a Brahmin. If you accept this condition, you may take him." Janamejaya agreed, appointed Somashrava as his priest, and returned to Hastinapura. He instructed his brothers, "This is my chosen spiritual guide. Follow his directives without question." They complied, and soon after Janamejaya conquered Takshashila. Around this time, the sage Ayodhya had 3 disciples, Upamanyu, Aruni, and Veda. Ayodhya tasked Aruni of Panchala with repairing a breach in a field's watercourse. Aruni, unable to fix it conventionally, lay in the breach to block the water with his body, distressed at failing his master's command. When Ayodhya inquired about Aruni's whereabouts, his disciples reminded him of the task. The sage led them to the site and called, "Aruni of Panchala, where are you? Come, my child." Hearing his master, Aruni emerged, explaining, "I lay in the breach to stop the water, as I could find no other way. Your call brought me here, and the water flows again. I salute you, command me." Pleased, Ayodhya blessed him, saying, "For rising from the ditch at my call, you shall be known as Udalaka. Your obedience will bring you great fortune, and the Vedas and Dharma Shastras will shine within you." Blessed, Aruni departed for a land he cherished. Ayodhya then instructed his disciple Upamanyu to tend the cattle. Upamanyu returned from grazing the herd, appearing healthy and robust. Noticing this, Ayodhya asked, "Upamanyu, how do you remain so well nourished?" Upamanyu replied, "I sustain myself by begging alms." The sage instructed, "You must offer me the alms you collect first." The next day Upamanyu presented the alms to his master, who took them, yet Upamanyu still appeared healthy. When questioned, he admitted, "After giving you the first alms, I begged again for myself." Ayodhya reproved him. "This deprives others who rely on alms. Your greed is unacceptable." Upamanyu accepted the rebuke. The following day, still appearing robust, he revealed, "I drink milk from the cows." The sage forbade this without permission. Upamanyu complied, but later admitted to sipping froth from the calves' mouths. Ayodhya prohibited this, stating, "You are depriving the calves of nourishment." Starving and forbidden from other sustenance, Upamanyu ate toxic arka leaves in the forest, which blinded him. Wandering blindly, he fell into a well. When he did not return, Ayodhya and his disciples searched for him, calling out. Upamanyu responded from the well, explaining, "I ate arka leaves, which blinded me, and I fell here." The sage instructed him to praise the Ashwin twins, divine physicians. Upamanyu recited hymns from the Rig Veda, praising the Ashwin twins as eternal creators who weave the fabric of time with days and nights, govern the year's cycle of seasons, and liberate souls from the 5 elements, ultimately granting wisdom and immortality. The Ashwins appeared, offering Upamanyu a cake. Upamanyu refused to eat it without offering it to his master, despite their claim that his guru had done so. Impressed by his devotion, the Ashwins granted him golden teeth, restored his sight, and promised great fortune. Upamanyu returned to his master, who blessed him, affirming, "As the Ashwins have said, you shall have great fortune, and the Vedas and Dharma Shastras will illuminate you." Ayodhya then tested his third disciple, Veda, instructing him to serve in his household. Veda endured hardships without complaint, earning his master's approval. Blessed with fortune and knowledge, Veda later became a householder and a compassionate teacher to his own disciples, avoiding harsh treatment due to his own experiences. Janamejaya and Poshya approached Veda to be their spiritual mentor. Veda tasked his disciple Uttanka with managing his household during an absence, instructing him to fulfill all duties diligently. When the women of the household urged Uttanka to act in Veda's place during his wife's fertile period, Uttanka refused, citing his master's lack of explicit instruction. Upon Veda's return, he was pleased and offered Uttanka a boon. Uttanka insisted on giving Guru Dakshina to avoid enmity, saying, "A teacher and student who do not exchange Dakshina risk enmity. Command me." Veda directed him to his wife, who requested the earrings worn by Poshya's queen for a sacred day 4 days hence, warning that failure would bring misfortune. Please remember to leave a rating or review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and do check out my author profile and book Who God Really Is on Amazon.com today. Uttanka set out, encountering a man on a bull who urged him to consume its dung and urine, claiming Veda had done so. Uttanka complied and then proceeded to Poshya's palace. Unable to see the queen initially due to improper ablutions performed while standing, Uttanka purified himself correctly, facing east, washing thoroughly, sipping clean water 3 times, and touching his senses with water. He then met the queen, who, pleased by his conduct, gave him the earrings, warning, "Takshaka, the serpent king, covets these. Be cautious." At a feast hosted by Poshya, Uttanka found the food unclean due to hair and coldness, cursing Poshya with blindness. Poshya countered with a curse of childlessness. After proving the food's impurity, Uttanka mitigated his curse, ensuring Poshya's sight would return, while Poshya's curse was nullified due to the food's impurity. On his journey back, a disguised Takshaka stole the earrings. Uttanka pursued him into Nagaloka, aided by demigod Indra's thunderbolt, which carved a path. In Nagaloka, Uttanka praised the Nagas as radiant subjects of King Ayurvata, dwelling by the Ganga, splendid in battle, and led by luminaries like Takshaka and Shrutasena. He encountered cosmic symbols, women weaving day and night into the fabric of time, a wheel of 12 months turned by 6 seasons, and a man on a fiery horse whom he hailed as demigod Indra, slayer of demons and protector of the cosmos. Indra, pleased, granted Uttanka power over the Nagas. Uttanka breathed on the horse, unleashing flames that terrified Takshaka, who returned the earrings. Indra's horse swiftly transported Uttanka to Veda's home, where he presented the earrings to Veda's wife in time for the sacred day. She blessed him, saying, "You have succeeded. Good fortune awaits you." Uttanka asked Veda about the symbols. The women were Dhatta and Vidhatta, weavers of time. The wheel was the year with 6 seasons. The horse was Agni, the bull was Ayurvata, the demigod was Indra, and the dung was Amrita, ensuring his safety. Veda granted Uttanka leave to depart. Fueled by anger against Takshaka, Uttanka approached Janamejaya in Hastinapura, urging him to avenge his father's death by Takshaka's bite through a serpent sacrifice. He recounted Takshaka's interference with his errand and his cunning prevention of Kashyapa, saving Janamejaya's father. Janamejaya, inflamed by grief and Uttanka's account, sought details of his father's demise and resolved to act, his resolve deepened by the injustice. This concludes the Poshya section of the Mahabharata's Adi Parva, as narrated by Soti, and brought to you by me, Sanika Tyagi. Thanks for joining me on today's Naked Hindu Tales episode. Leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and ask me any spiritual or non-spiritual question you have there. I'll be sure to answer your question in a future episode for the benefit of all. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak with you in the next episode.